many of you would be frightened at another Clinton presidency, or perhaps another Bush administration would cause you to throw your hands up and say, I have had enough. It's pointless to try. Well, in my travels around the United States, I meet many people looking for a conservative candidate. I may shock you with the following statement, but I believe it to be the truth. We do not want a conservative candidate. Let me explain. When any elected official takes his oath of office, he invokes the wrath of God against himself if he is unfaithful to that oath. To substantiate this, George Washington started the presidential tradition of swearing his oath of office with his left hand on the Bible and then kissing the Holy Writ after his oath was complete. You also may find it fascinating that 3 days before George Washington took the oath of office as the first president of these United States, Congress passed the following resolution. Resolved that after the oath shall have been administered to the President, he, attended by the Vice President and members of Senate and the House of Representatives, shall proceed to St. Paul's Chapel to hear divine service. Well, accordingly, the Reverend Samuel Provoost, newly appointed chaplain of the United States Senate and first Episcopal Bishop of New York, performed that divine service at St. Paul's Chapel on April 30th, 1789, immediately following Washington's inauguration. The first act of Congress under this new president was to go to church and hear the Word of God, something they felt intimately connected to the fulfillment of their oaths to God and the people. An oath is a serious thing. A specific standard is pronounced and declared. The oath taken by all government representatives and armed forces declares a specific allegiance to the United States Constitution. Now, this oath does not say, I hereby solemnly promise to be conservative. It does not say, I hereby swear to follow what are presently considered to be conservative principles. As you know, these things called conservative principles vary not only from person to person, but from time to time. And that's the trap. You see, wishy-washy words like conservative or liberal really have come to mean nothing. In fact, it almost goes without saying that political positions thought to be ultra-liberal 30 years ago, or maybe 30 minutes ago, are now seen as the accepted conservative position, at least for the moment. So what's the alternative? Well, we seem to need a fixed standard, don't we? One that isn't slick or squishy, one we can depend on. Happily, it does exist. It's called the Constitution. It was intended to be a fixed standard and ought to be seen and taught that way. As Americans, we shouldn't seek out and support another conservative of yesterday's godless liberal, or otherwise, agenda, because we'll only get more unrestrained central power in D.C. Now juxtapose that option with a constitutionist, and it will be clear to see what we have been missing. This is Jake MacAulay with the Institute on the Constitution, bringing you the constitutional American view.